Harry's secret talks with William. Meghan goes crazy as the desperate prince reaches out to his estranged brother and asks for a second chance. Hello and a very warm welcome to LVT News Channel. Well, Prince Harry and Meghan's big plans to take Hollywood by storm have not exactly worked out as they were hoping they would. In the middle of June, Spotify decided to cancel their $20 million deal with Meghan and Harry's production company, Archwell Audio. A source reports, makes it has really blown up in Harry and Meghan's faces. Hollywood seems to be turning. It's been about 3 years now since Harry and Meghan left their royal duties and settled across the Atlantic in Montecito, California. And ever since then, the two of them have really struggled to find their footing. And now, according to a source who spoke with Star, Harry is secretly reaching out to his strange brother, Prince William, about a potential return to the UK. The source reports Harry is in a panic and beginning to question whether he and Meghan made the right decision. He phoned William to call a truce and hinted that he and Meghan would be open to going back to London where they will serve King Charles III. And reportedly, William was shocked by this call. Now, the brothers have been on increasingly bad terms since Mexico. And then there were all the revelations made by Harry and his memoir Spare. And that divided them even more. Among other allegations in the book, Harry said that his older brother physically attacked him in 2019 during an argument in which William supposedly called Meghan rude. Difficult. The source goes on to say William didn't quite know what to say. The source also noted that the royal told Harry he would think about his offer. And apparently Meghan was furious when she found out what Harry had done. He didn't tell her about his plan until after the facts, as the source. She was furious at first, but Harry begged her to hear him out and he made some good points. Harry feels like he and Meghan are really running out of options right now. Now, Harry's books There was pretty successful. And their Netflix docu series, Harry and Meghan, was supposedly pretty successful too. But anyway, the parents of invisible children, Archie and Lily Bed, are quickly losing favor in Hollywood. And let's not forget, opportunities to make money are included in that. Basically, right after that Spotify announcement came out, the company's head of podcast innovation and monetization, Bill Simmons, really went after Meghan and Harry. And then in a recent interview, Jeremy Simmer also said that Meghan was talentless. So it looks like maybe Harry and Meghan's best choice would be to go back to the UK. The source says Harry needs a plan B, and they added that the royal family would probably take them back despite everything that's happened. How would it look if Charles said, "I don't know about you all, but I am fed up with listening to Harry and Meghan going on and on about their finances and how they were treated so badly. Nobody forced them to leave the royal family or the UK. That was their choice. And I'm not trying to say that racism doesn't exist in the UK because, of course, there's always going to be some small-minded bigots out there. Some people who are still living in ignorance, but still, that is not the majority. And playing the race card is horrible. I believe that when Harry met Meghan and introduced her to the UK, most people were just happy for the two of them. Back then, Harry was one of the most popular royals and nobody cared if Meghan Markle was bi-racial. In fact, I think people actually appreciated that. That made her more endearing. She was kind of refreshing change. And she seemed to be making the troubled but popular prince. In today's modern world, there is no place for racism. The fact is, there never really was. But playing the race card just a lot more harm than good. And that's because it really detracts from the progress that's being made on the subject. When everybody first learned about Meghan Markle, we all thought that she was a cute young woman. Nobody can deny that her ethnicity was never a factor. I mean, this whole situation is playing out like some kind of cheap, tacky soap opera. They go on and on about their money or lack thereof and their lifestyle. You know what? Maybe they should trade places with an average ordinary family, a young couple with 2 young kids who are living below the poverty line. I mean, this cost of living crisis is absurd. They need to discover what the real world is all about. They haven't. The first idea, I think a reality shock would do them a whole world of. The timing of Meg's. It was also horrible. It couldn't have been worse. I mean, Harry's grandparents were in their last years on this earth, and both of them tragically passed away during this awful rift within the royal family. It seemed like loyalty and respect were thrown out the window. Was it really so bad being a royal living that royal lifestyle? I doubt it. The reality is Harry needs to grow up here and Meghan needs to finally grow up. Despite appearances, the grass is often not greener on the other side, and you do reap what you. I think a couple of months of rough living would help Meghan and Harry a lot. Although to be fair, their whining would probably increase Meghan's, especially considering all the hardship that she now claims to have experienced while she was growing up. It won't be easy if she's forced to leave her nouveau. Now, Harry may enjoy the novelty of it for a little while until, of course, he runs out of credit on his gas and electricity prepaid meters. Another stands that he cannot afford to top them up because he already spent all his money on polo ponies. Maybe the social experiment could be done in a studio for Netflix, but I really hope that it's not done in any self-respecting council to sit in the UK. They don't deserve to have to put up with those two. Come to think of it, Meghan Markle actually did live in the real world when she was young. And that's what makes all of this whining even worse. Her father was just an ordinary guy who had to go to work every single day. She had family. Now they were not poor, but they were also not wealthy. They were just regular people. Meghan Markle is the problem. She always has been and she always will be. And she managed to hide her pretty well until now. And Harry, it looks like, is completely motivated by his bitterness and his feelings of self-entitlement. And then Meghan is a narcissist. And it looks like those little voices in her head control her behavior. She sees the world through her very skewed vision. And sometimes it's hard to understand how these narcissists really view the world. But everything and everyone, according to them, is there to serve them. Other people, including family members and friends, don't mean a thing to them as long as they can use you and then throw you away. They don't care if you live or die. I don't think Meghan ever intended to stay in the royal family. If you just look at the evidence, you'll come to the same conclusion. After all, why did she need to keep her managers and her PR people who she had in the US? Sussex Royal was